Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at InfoWars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Hi, this is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about the delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. I've told you for years that eFoods Direct has the best storable food on the planet. Now it's that time of year again, and their holiday special is here. They have 2 holiday price packs for you to put into your reserves for a secure future or to share with others. The first is a 6-month bulk supply in 10 cans, and the second is a 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals, including delicious bakery items shipped in heavy tote bags. Now, for a limited time, when you order 2 or more of these special holiday packs, you'll get free shipping on your entire order. Call now, 800-409-5633, or visit them at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633, or efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
We are on the march. The empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
That's right, the empire of tyranny and insider traders. Remember what happened a year and a half ago when Obama took over GM, and then it came out in Congress that if you weren't a big contributor to the Democratic Party, they would take your GM dealership, in some cases worth tens of millions of dollars. One family in Minnesota had had it in their family for over 80 years. Now it comes out he's issued hundreds of waivers that if you're an insider like McDonald's, you don't have to pay for insurance for your employees, but everybody else does. How is your hamburger place going to compete with McDonald's if you've got to buy insurance for your employees? The answer is you're not. Well, we've got something new on that front that just illustrates the lawlessness that's taking place. That's coming up in just a moment with Lloyd Chapman, president of the American Small Business League. This is pure tyranny we're about to cover. Before we go any further, this radio broadcast is made possible by listeners that support the online video / Patriot Apparel store at Infowars.com. This is the season. We've added a lot of other new videos, the live video streaming, all of my films in super high quality, and so much more. You can get 5+ months free right now at prisonplanet.tv. You can get a trial membership for $5.95 or get a year and get 5+ months free, 5+ months taken off the price. You can also give prisonplanet.tv memberships as gifts. And we've got the Alex Jones Essential, 5 of my best films for $24.95. That's less than $5 a piece. Great way to get your shopping done and not fight the crowds. Infowars.com, great way to wake people up. Also, we've got our sponsors like Inner Health Botanicals. And they have got a whole line of superfoods, not just vitamins, but superfoods, raw foods, unpasteurized, and a little green mix. That's one of their best sellers, the Inner Food. Got a bunch of other products that you then put in juice or water every morning, 2 little scoops. My wife takes it. I do. A bunch of my staff love it. I've tried other green foods. They aren't as good. They don't taste as good. Inner Food, E-N-E-R food.com. It's won Mike Adams' Best Superfood 2009. He takes it every day. Innerfood.com, 866-762-9238, 866-762-9238, or innerfood.com. Banners on Infowars.com. They've got a whole line of just amazing products at Inner Health Botanicals, 866-762-9238. Also, it's Made in America. And they've got a special running right now that when you get some of the Diamond Gusset apparel or their motorcycle jeans, the regular jeans, all made in America, they're specially sewed to last a lot longer. Find out why they're special at gusset.com or go to gusset.com/America. And you can find out about the 3 free gifts you get when you get $100 or more of their great Made in America apparel. Gusset.com/America. That's gusset.com/America. Or 888-8-GUSSET, 888-8-GUSSET, G-U-S-S-E-T. Diamond Gusset jeans made in Georgia and Tennessee. They're not just sewn and put together there. It's all made here, 100%. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to be able to have Lloyd Chapman, president of the American Small Business League, ASBL.com. And he is the president of the organization. And this integrates him with everything else that's happening. I just mentioned that if you weren't an Obama contributor or a Democrat contributor, you would get your General Motors dealership taken. I mean, that came out in the news a year and a half ago. It's come out that, the no-bid contracts under Bush have been expanded. Select, good old boys get the contracts. The media spins this like, oh, foreigners don't get to. No. This was American companies. Now under Obama, he's going further. Obama administration wants secret blacklist for Pentagon contractors, according to American Small Business League. And it goes on. The blacklisting allowed under Section 815 would result in de facto departments of federal contractors and debarments across the federal government without due process. Section 815 does not require DOD to notify or justify its decision to blacklist companies. So you don't even know. You put your bid in and they never tell you you've been blacklisted. That's the hallmark of a fascist society. DOD determinations regarding the secret blacklist would be protected from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. I mean, this is just pure tyranny. I can't state how bad this is. Number 5, the legislation represents a reduction in competitiveness in federal contracting programs, which is the only part of the government growing. And as a result, could lead to increased cost of goods and services. Number 6, the legislation consolidates DOD acquisition authority over $300 billion a year in defense contracts into the hands of a small group of high-level Pentagon officials, which is kind of like Chertoff, head of Homeland Security, orders the naked body scanners, then he goes to the company to head it up after he leaves. There's more in here. Let's get the intel from the expert, Lloyd Chapman, president of the American Small Business League. Lloyd, you've got the floor. Break down what's happening.
Well, Alex, the president that promised us the most transparent administration in history is trying to launch a program where 2 guys, maybe 3 guys at the Pentagon, can blacklist any American company that works with the Pentagon or federal agencies without notification, no justification, no due process, and there's no way you can get information on it. It's exempt. It'll be exempt from the Freedom of Information Act. Reminds me of McCarthyism, quite frankly. But it goes beyond that, because back then at least they'd have a hearing and they would accuse you publicly and you'd have a chance to defend yourself. But this is where you can be accused of a crime, convicted, and never have a chance to respond. And, of course, the opportunities for abuse, we couldn't cover all the opportunities for abuse if we were on the phone for 24 hours. But you talked about the car dealerships. Think what's going to happen if the government has the ability to blacklist a company that makes their living selling to the Pentagon or other federal agencies, they've got an opportunity to blacklist you. And my guess is that it's a no-brainer that it's going to be abused. And my guess is that people that contribute to the administration, are going to be the ones that won't be blacklisted. And it's just very concerning, and it's so sad to see the government doing this type of thing. But my real concern is that it's going to be used to blacklist small businesses that have objected to the Pentagon's what I call anti-small business policies. I don't know if you've seen the stories in the press, but in the last 8 years, there's been probably 500 stories in the press that have shown that the majority of government small business contracts go to Fortune 500 firms.
Sure. Well, this is what happened in Nazi Germany, is that Hermann Goering and Heinrich Himmler, they all became the equivalent of what would be trillionaires today, because less than a dozen people had to approve everything, and so it was, quote, a free market, but everything had to go through them. I mean, this is designed so that, generals order a missile system, they retire in 2 years and, become the board of directors and get $1 million a year salary. This is putting that on steroids. I mean, this is fascism. So walk through it for folks.
Well, it's basically going to allow 3 people at the Pentagon that will most likely be controlled by the White House and heavily influenced by maybe 4 or 5 major contractors to blacklist companies. And what's going to happen is these small number of major contractors that I would say virtually control the Pentagon, it's common knowledge in Washington, if you come along with a more effective product at a lower price, they're going to find some reason to blacklist you. And you'll have absolutely no recourse. And it could actually stifle innovation. But
so you won't be able to have a local Texas company go out and put new roofs on barracks at Fort Hood. You won't be able to have a local plumber company that has contracts to fix toilets. No, it's going to be these big mega corporations. So they take our tax money, send it to Washington, and then it's vertically integrated into fewer and fewer hands, who then won't have an incentive to do a good job.
Absolutely. And like I said, there's been, I've lost track of how many stories in the press. I think there's been around 15 federal investigations that show some of the largest companies in Italy and England and Holland and France, even South Korea, are getting hundreds of millions in U.S. government small business contracts, and Obama's allowing that to continue every day. In fact, quite frankly, it's about between $1 and $2 million a minute in government small business contracts are diverted to large corporations. And this secret blacklist, I think, was potentially designed to go after all the companies that object to it. So if you object to the Pentagon giving small business contracts to companies in Italy, they're going to come down on you, blacklist your company. And see, most people sell to the government, that's all they do. That's what they do for a living. So if you're blacklisted from selling to the government, you're out of business.
And let's be clear, we have trade imbalances with Italy, with South Korea, with Japan, with China. More and more of I saw a statistic, 90+% of our components for weapons are now made in China. Over 90% of the drugs, the vaccines are now made there. And so already we have these trade imbalances, but God forbid the federal government actually give contracts to even American companies, and now it won't even be small ones, it's going to be big ones. I mean, now a town around a military base isn't even going to be able to get any benefit from having the base there. This is just insane.
Yeah, if you're a small business, around a military base like Fort Hood, you'll be losing contracts for Post-it notes and big pens and computers to companies in England, Holland, France, South Korea, Italy, all around the world. And that's happening right now. And that's not just me, some conspiracy theory I came up with. In 2005, the Inspector General for the Small Business Administration said this: one of the largest challenges facing the Small Business Administration and the entire federal government today is that large businesses are receiving federal small business procurement awards. And they found in Report 514 that the Small Business Administration itself, the SBA, was giving small business contracts to a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate out of Holland called Berman NV. So these are the findings of the General Accounting Office, the Inspector Generals for the Department of the Interior, again, the GAO and the SB's own Inspector General, the SB Office of Advocacy, every day, every minute, contracts that by law should be going to legitimate small businesses are being diverted to Fortune 500 firms. The Obama administration knows